What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. This week's shows. Let's see. I have my one public show. Oh, no, I have two public shows this week. My one public show on Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. The Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Good times. Oh, my goodness. Always a good time at the Rab. They had a full bar. The kitchen's open, pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. And then Saturday, Saturday I have two events. I'm at a grand opening for a Family Dollar from 10 until 1 in the morning. In the afternoon, 10 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. Family Dollar in, oh my goodness, is it Marshall, Arkansas? Oh, I didn't get all the details yet. But look for me on my Facebook page and you'll find out where I'm going to be. And yeah, I'll probably have some karaoke set up out there. I did a grand opening for Family Dollar a couple of weeks ago. That was the one in Marshall. Stuttgart. That's right. I'm going to be in Stuttgart on Saturday at a Family Dollar. So check that out. 10 a.m. until 1 in the evening. And then I got to take a little nap sometime in the middle there because, Dan's getting older. And then I'm going to Spectators in North Little Rock, somewhere in the Sherwood area of Arkansas from 8 p.m. until midnight or so. That is a straight up video dance party karaoke jam. Oh, so good. I did that place one time last month and they liked it, and I'm going back again. I'm covering for their regular DJ Rick Zilke, DJ Z, Ricky Z, I guess is how he calls himself. But I'm kind of stoked to be heading back for Spectators on Saturday from 8 p.m. until 12 in the a.m. Be there. Whew, I got an action-packed weekend coming up. Speaking of action-packed, I got to tell you about last night. Last night I was at a venue called Off the Beaten Track, all the way down in Nashville, Arkansas. It's about 2.5 hours, maybe closer to 3 hours from where I'm at right now, but totally worth it. What a nice venue. What nice people. I'm not even done finishing setting up my equipment and setting up my stuff. I was just about finished with setting up my DJ equipment, and the owner, Gail from Off the Beaten Track, she came up and she said, "Oh, I love your setup." And I'm Gail, and she was like so sweet. What a nice lady. And she said, "These are my assistants, Annabelle and Caleb. Annabelle's going to be running the 360 photograph machine." That's a bonus. That's something that I hardly ever see at weddings. And she has this stage set up to where you can stand in the middle of the stage, and the camera revolves around you 360, and you can move around, and it's taking video of you all the way around, like these celebrities, like you're a celebrity. And that's what they do. They make you feel like a celebrity. And Caleb, that big giant hunk of man, he was there to provide the muscle, helping people out wherever they needed help. And that was beautiful. So there's a good staff there at Off the Beaten Track. And I just wanted to talk about that venue for sure. And of course, the other vendors I wanted to talk about. I think they had their food by Patty Cakes somewhere in that area, somewhere in the Nashville, Arkansas area. And Kelsey, the photographer, Captured by Kelsey, she came all the way from Texarkana, Texas. And I kind of asked her, was she on the Texas side or the Arkansas side? And I didn't quite get it, but I think she's really close to the border. And I said, "Is it like right down the middle of your house?" But Captured by Kelsey. What a pro. She was so good. So if you're anywhere in that area and you need some photography, captured by Kelsey. And to the main event, I'm so happy that I was there for the wedding of Jenny and Kelly Goins. So good. Such a good wedding, such a good time, such good people. I'm so glad that they found each other and they found love, and the whole family and all their friends. Oh, great people. Great people. And they said I did a good job, so yay. I guess I get to keep doing this. Oh, speaking of main event, all right. I guess that's enough intro. Let's get into the ding, 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 the main event. We're talking to Hazel Roche. I got him on Skype. So if you're listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. All right, let's get into it with Hazel Roche. Skyping Hazel Roche now. There he is. There he is. Oh, this is much better. This is so much better. I know we talked briefly maybe 3 days ago, and you were in like a train station. It felt like.
No, I was eating in Olive Garden. I'm fat.
Well, you're there, your family, man. That's this portion of the podcast brought to you by Olive Garden. Let's start with sponsorship right away. Somebody sponsor Hazel. Give him some free breadsticks forever and ever.
And the soup.
And soup. All right. All right. Yeah, when you go to Olive Garden, what's your favorite meal over there?
You know what? I go for the soup and the bread. Unlimited soup, unlimited bread.
Man, that is thrifty. That's a man that knows. Hey, if you got a little bit of scratch, you go over and you pick up some Olive Garden, man. Good to see you, man. Good to meet you. I mean, for real. Hazel Roche. This is. I'm so glad that Bella Levy put us together. I know she's a great promoter. I don't even know. Is Bella Levy actually fighting in a fight?
She did already. She fought already. First of all, let me say thank you for having me in your show. I appreciate it from the heart for you allowing me to be in your show and talk a little bit about the Latin lover and talk some trash, because that's what people love. People love trash. Well,
that's the thing. Let's go with that, man. Latin lover. There have been many Latin lovers over the years. If you look up Latin lover, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and look up Latin lover. The one that comes to mind, the original Latin lover, would be Cesar Romero. I remember back, when he was, I don't remember back in the 40s and 50s, but in the 40s and 50s, when you needed a Latino, you said, oh, let's go get Cesar Romero. The one thing that I remember him from growing up as a kid, and really it was only in reruns, was Batman. He was the Joker on the 1966 Batman, where he wore the white face, but he always kept his mustache painted white, okay? Because he had that Latin lover flair. He had to have his little mustache. Oh, you can't cut that mustache. That's part of my Latin lover flavor. Now, look, I look on Wikipedia, Latin lover, Rudolph Valentino, Charles Boyer, Antonio Banderas. These are just a little bit. Ricardo Corlet, let's see, people that you would know maybe. Going through, John Barrymore, Drew Barrymore's dad or grandpa, one of those two. Let's see. But the ones that I mentioned right away, those are the ones, Omar Sharif. I mean, you've heard that name before. George Hamilton, the guy who most famously became famous later in life because he was so tan. He's the Latin lover. I didn't even see Cesar Romero on that list, but I know he's got to be on that list.
They had a wrestler called Latin Lover. That's why my name is The Latin Lover.
Your name?
I can be unique. You understand? The Latin Lover.
No. So it's The Latin Lover, not to be confused with.
Ask your mother. Listen, it's a long story about Ask Your Mother, but you will love why. That's my, how do you say that? My slag or something like that.
Yeah, your moniker, your nickname, your nom de plume.
We got a song. They got Ram Banks did a song about it. And they say, I'm the Latin lover. Ask your mother, tell you what I do.
All right, man. Well, I mean, the people want to know a little bit about you, Hazel Roche. If you could give maybe like if you were on a Wikipedia, since I just looked up Latin Lover on Wikipedia, if you were writing the top 2 paragraphs whenever you go to a Wikipedia and you say, hey, let me look up Hazel Roche, what would be on those top 2 paragraphs? Who is a Hazel Roche?
Well, Hazel Roche, the way I consider myself a hardworking man that care more about others' wealth and being better than before me. And everything I do, I always do it with a with a purpose. And every time I step in the ring, I do it for a cause. I don't go in the ring because yeah, it's Hazel, the Latin lover. Look, that man got the 7 women over there. They fighting over her. I do it because my last couple of fights, and I don't like to talk about this because I don't want people to think that I'm cocky. You understand, or something. But when I go in the ring, like for people with cancer, too, that it's sad. The last lady that I did the fight, I don't know if you saw my last fight. I had the pink trunk, and the lady passed away. So but I did what I could, and you know what I mean. Because today I can be in the top, and tomorrow I can be the one people trying to get people to help me. And that's my mentality. Of course, everybody loves the Latin lover. The Latin lover, I'm like the Canelo of even the Canelo lost yesterday, but I'm like the Canelo celebrity boxing, the guy that everybody hates, mostly men, because he got all the women. But I mean, the women love him because he's a charming guy. You understand? Who don't like a teddy bear? They see a teddy bear, they be like, oh, he's so cute. So.
Well, Hazel Roche, let me tell you, I'm so sorry that people, that you're fighting for this good cause, and it's good that you're pushing forward the awareness and even adding some money to help to raise awareness to fight cancer, to fight this disease. I mean, I say no to cancer for sure. I apologize. I'm sorry for your loss and losing people that we know and that we fight for. But you're talking about conceit, and as a boxer, let me tell you, back in '95, I told somebody else this on the podcast a couple of days ago, and I'll get to who that was in just a minute. But I told somebody that I was boxing back in Orlando in '94, '95 at Candyman's Gym on Church Street. I'm not even sure if it's still there, but if it is still there, put it on the walking tour for the What Makes You Famous podcast. I encourage you to go and check out Chris, the Candyman. But that whole year, man, I was in the ring, sparring a little bit, but mostly punching bag, hitting the speed bag, doing my sit-ups. I ran from my house to the gym, and I remember it was such a good cause. But let me tell you, getting in that shape and fighting fights and hitting people, you got to be a little cocky. You got to be a little bit, if you're going to be king of the jungle, you got to feel and act and be the king of the jungle. So Hazel Roche, man, I don't call it cockiness. I call it, a survival mode, survival method, because you can get hurt.
About survival.
Well,
I don't know if you know, I almost died 2 years ago, but that's two and a half years ago. So I know what it is to lose everything, meaning lose all confidence, knowing that you're in the bed, and the doctor tells you got 20% chance of surviving. To God telling me, listen, you're not gonna die there. Don't worry about it. If you trust in me, you're not gonna die. Coronavirus was big when I caught it. It was as soon as you get it. No medication, no nothing. All taking blood, doing everything. My mom got it. My daughter got it. And you know what? All I was doing, it was crying like a little kid in bed. Just seeing people, they had me in ICU. Just seeing people across from me. When they had, it was God who planned it. You know what I mean? This cannot be made. They put me in a room where they take the people when they die, that they push. And I used to see at least 2 people die a day.
Oh man! So you had the you had the coronavirus for real to where?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you got a chance, please Google Hazel Roche boxer, and it was in all the major news: NBC, CW17, Telemundo, the Spanish one, WAP, everybody, because they give me 20% chance of surviving. I mean, I got pictures when you see it. You see me now. I look like I'm doing drugs in Philadelphia, which is no, like I was from Kensington. I was all pale, real skinny. I lost 30 pounds. I couldn't eat. All I was doing, it was crying in that bed. And you know what? I think God did that for a reason. I said that I sat in that bed, and what I was doing it was praying because the doctor couldn't do nothing for me. They told me, listen, you don't got the coronavirus. Coronavirus is not the problem. The problem is that you caught a pneumonia with it.
Okay, there's more to it. I mean, when I was younger in my 20s, I used to get pneumonia all the time, but I think it was because I was working inside and outside. I would go in the air condition, out the air condition, in South Florida, in the Florida Keys. You go in the doors and you do some work in air conditioning. Then you go out on the yard. I was working at True Value for about a year or a couple of years, and each summer I would get pneumonia because I kept going in and out, and I think that hurts. But let me tell you, that coronavirus, it seemed like it broke down your immune systems, and it made you susceptible to I'm so glad that you made it through. I mean, how's your family? How's everybody doing?
I'm sorry, and it was all planned. God got a plan for me because again, I was in celebrity boxing before for 2 years in this star, and I was landing always a spot on it. But after the coronavirus is when it was the transition. I started fighting celebrities. People start recognizing me as a celebrity, as a real champ, because you coming from 20% chance of surviving, meaning you're not going to survive. They're going to give you it's 80% of you dying. And God lifted me up from that bed and say, look, you passed this. Now you're going to go out there. And I'm not talking that I'm the most Christian person in the world or preaching, but I'm saying what happened to me and what is happening now. So after this, God just opened many doors, but I'm in my mind, I know, listen, he gave you another chance. So fight for the people who need it. For example, you had Canelo. I don't know what Canelo do, right? We don't know what Canelo do, and I'm using Canelo as a big star, or we can use any boxer that making money. They don't care about the people that is down there. They will say, oh, I'll give you $50,000 to this charity. They don't care. That's a write-off. You understand? They'll get that money triple and they make it look good. My thing is, let me help people with the little bit that I get. Let me help people that need it, meaning your cousin. So, people that in the neighborhood know is needed, not a big company. A big company, they got responsible. So that's why me and Cara Tabani, we are working in a lot of things because that's my main goal. My main goal is not being the big star. Meaning my main goal is not, walk around. But listen, if the Latin lovers sell like he's been selling, hey, let's do it.
Well,
let's show some girls shaking the booty.
Yeah, Hazel Roche, you got to make a little bit of money. You got to make a living, of course, on top of everything. But you're talking about, big companies. One of the things that, growing up and seeing the world and opening my eyes to things, and big companies, they'll spend $1 million to tell people that they gave somebody $100,000.
Yeah, and that's my point. But we don't talk about the neighbor that is struggling, the old lady, the old woman that is crossing the street and they don't even have a walker.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's sad. It get me really sad that, most of these celebrity and big people, they just want people to know who they are. Oh, Canelo donated $500,000 to St. Jude, and a example. St. Jude. He got $1 million before that. And guess what? St. Jude is so happy. St. Jude is making millions for other place. Now, why they don't talk about the little hospital that don't have medication?
Yeah.
You understand? These is the people who really need it. No offense to these big companies, but they get funds. The people that I'm trying to help is the people that don't get funds. You understand?
Well, Hazel Roche,
like the lady that died from cancer, may God having him, they didn't even have money for the burial. You understand? I wish I could have paid for it, but I'm not making that money yet.
Oh, I get it.
I help with whatever I could. And that's why we're working now. And, I know this guy a little bit of the subject, me and Cara Tabani, to do more for the community. I don't care. I'm sorry to say, I don't care if I'll be famous tomorrow. I mean, I'm pretty famous when I'm hanging with Lamar Odom, with Flavor Flav, with I'll Be Sure. They love me. They love me because they know who I am. You understand? But it's not about that. It's about let's help the people that need it. You understand?
Well, Hazel Roche, I already like you, man. I think you're a cool
Thank
cat,
you.
man. Even that 3 minutes that we talked the other day, before the technical difficulties, but even then, I knew you were a smiley person, you were a happy person, and you were a
Thank
person
you.
that was trying to help. When I've said this so many times, you take care of yourself, you make sure that you and your family are all taken care of, and then you go out into the community and you try to help somebody else. If you have the means, if I got $5, maybe I'll give away one of those dollars. And you said you're a faith-based person. You give it up to God. Is that something that was instilled in you when you were growing up? I mean, where are you from, and who are your people?
Well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. I'm from a really, really famous town in Puerto Rico where the biggest star have come in from. I'm sorry. That's Cara Tabani calling me. I'm sorry. Can you see me? I
Uh-huh.
apologize.
It's coming.
I,
There you are.
I apologize. The call
That's
came
okay.
in and I could. So I'm from a real famous town. Oh my God. Go. Can you tell Cara I'm in the show, please? Um, I'm just kidding about this.
You're a
Can you
wanted
see me? I'm
man.
sorry. I got the ghost right here.
But okay, you,
So,
you came from a famous town in Puerto Rico?
yeah, I'm from a famous town, and this is a town where I don't know if I know. I'm pretty sure you heard this singer, Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah, I
Everybody,
play
well,
I
it's
play
the
his
same
music
town.
on Friday nights.
Yeah, it's a real small town, but stars like Bad Bunny, like Juan Gonzalez, the baseball player, Push Rodriguez, many stars have come. So I consider myself a low coming up uh, celebrity. You understand? I'm not gonna be never like them. But what I think in my advantage is because God gave me the heart of knowing that material stuff will make you happy. I mean, listen, right now you can have a Bentley, and I'm happy in my Altima because we won't gonna drive the same way. You're gonna spend more money. That's why you gotta have a higher standard. You understand? If they scratch my Altima, I just be like, oh, if they scratch your Bentley, you're gonna have a headache.
Well, hopefully people that are buying Bentleys can afford a Bentley. If you're thinking that way, where a shopping cart scratch, first of all, that guy's not doing his own shopping. His Bentley
Yeah.
is parked in his garage or at the club. It's never
You know,
parked
but,
in front of Walmart. It's never parked there.
so, my life has changed a lot because again, lately, since again, all thanks to God. So if everybody seeing this, never give up on God because people think, no, look, you never stop praying to God. It doesn't matter if you're on the top peak. Like right now, I just come from the biggest fight in celebrity boxing. That was the main event. We sold out. It was a great show. People love me. I lost, and people love me more now than what it used to be before.
Well,
So
Puerto Rico, the shining star. Okay, that's
so
a Caribbean country. My grandparents are from a Caribbean country, Cuba. I'm born
Las
in
dos
my,
alas.
yeah,
Las dos alas.
I'm
They
born in
call
my.
it the two wings, Cuba
Well,
and Puerto Rico.
well, yeah, I think the Cubans and the Puerto Ricans, for some reason, there's some kind of a feud. It seems like I think maybe some of the Cubans might swim over to Puerto Rico, and that there was a term my grandfather used to say, you could marry a Jewish, you could marry a black, you could marry but never ever marry a Puerto Rican. And I almost did marry a Puerto Rican, man. I love that girl. She was great. But
Listen, of my understanding, the Puerto Rican flag was given by Cuba. That's why it's the same. It's the same, but it's different color.
yes,
And
yes.
I always say, you know what? I don't know why people got to be infused because we are Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, Americans, Russian. We all humans. Listen, you find bad people in every race. I seen some Puerto Ricans that I want to choke them to death like this. Look, get out! Get out! You understand? This is my own people, but I keep it real. There's bad people because there's people that got other intentions. You understand? So I always say I love everybody. I love Cuban women. I never been with one, but every time I see one, I melt. I be like, oh shit, la cubana baila como Juana la cubana.
Well, yeah. This one, I mean, I met her in Fort Lauderdale, and she's living in Louisiana now, which is great. She's a nice person.
Oh, she
But
moved far from you. What you did to her?
yeah, let me tell you, man. That didn't. I think we ended up friends, but it took a long time to come back to that. That's a tough thing, man, about relationships. But you had, relationship with God. Did your mom or dad, did they take you to church all the time? Because Puerto Rico, I mean, Cuba. All right, one thing that I heard a long time ago is the Caribbean countries are 90% Catholic, but 100% voodoo. Santeria. I know I've been to some seances and stuff.
Dominican Republic is big on that, and Cuba.
And Cuba, yeah, for sure, man.
Cuba is really big in Santeria.
I know. I think my family called it the hoodly poodly, which is kind of funny, but it's like a funny name for something that I don't know. It's kind of could be good, could be bad. But tell me, did you go to church? How was your mom and dad, and did you have any brothers and sisters growing up?
Well, yeah, I have. By my mom and my dad's side, I got another sister. And by my dad's side, I got another brother, another sister. And yes, you know what? I used to hate it because my dad used to make me go to church. And when it was church time, I get diarrhea. I get everything not to go. Used to like in the bathroom. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So as I grew up, until I was 15, 16, that we moved to the United States, yeah, I was going to church. I was doing all this, but I didn't know what was the meaning. And this is a mistake a lot of parents do. They trying to make their kids go to church. No. You gotta explain it and let them understand who is God, who is your belief. You understand? Don't force them, because then we traumatize. When I start growing up and I see, oh my God, everything I got is because of God. You understand?
Well, I mean, as a parent, you're trying to raise your kids right, and you're trying to find all the tools that you can. You could read a book about how to be a good parent. Whether you believe it or not, the Bible does have a lot of good teachings in it. I mean, there's a lot of times when God says, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to smite you. I'm going to spank you, So, parents trying to figure out how to raise their kids, they look in that book and they go, if they don't do this, I'm going to spank you. And if I take them to church, they're going to tell them that lesson even more. That way it's not just coming from me.
When I was going to church, I was sleeping.
Well, that's just being a kid.
My dad is a Eucharistic minister of the Catholic Church.
Oh, what does that mean? What is a Eucharistic? Because I went to Catholic school until 6th grade, but a Eucharistic, is a Eucharist the waif? What does that mean?
If I tell you everything, I'm lying to you, but I know this is the one who helped the priest, the father. He can grab the wine and everything and help him out there, but he's not at the level of, I don't know what it's called in English, el diácono. He's the one under the father, that is the one that can do other stuff. But, he's still going. He's in Puerto Rico, but he's still doing it.
Yeah, not deacon, I guess is what it is.
Yeah, like a deacon. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool, man. I mean, that means that you had that structure. I've been through a lot of different religions, trying to find my path in the world, just trying to be a good person. Kind of, like you, Hazel Roche, trying to be a good person. You take care of yourself. You got your ups and downs. I mean, we all feel sad, but we feel happy. A lot of times, people around us, if people around you are feeling sad, oh man, that makes you feel sad too. I want to make you feel happy, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes they're just going to be sad, and you just got to let them be sad.
And that's my thing. People don't understand. Right now, you look like a happy person. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you can have a bad day, and there's other people that don't care. Especially, this is what I say: when people got money, they think they have happiness. You understand? Because right now you can go to a fancy restaurant, sit and try to make feel important when there's people hungry that could get $1 burger. You understand? Yeah. But they see it so comfortable and spend $200, $300 in a meal when you can just go and make sure these people can eat too. You know what I mean? Because God, everything we got is because God is giving it to us, and He's testing us. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I'll give you this. I believe when the day comes, the final day, God's gonna say, well, when you have all this, you didn't think of this one because you thought everything was because of you, because you thought you work hard and you deserve it. You're right, you work hard and you deserve it, but God allowed you to have it. You understand? And I'm not affiliated to no religion. I'm not. I believe in God. I believe in God because I was going to all religions, and they're all the same. At the end of the day, that's a man trying to teach you what you can learn. You understand? And it's not what I can sit over here and preach. I can tell you, oh yeah, this and that, but it's my actions, and my actions is not to show to the public, because then you be like in the Bible say you be like the pagan that they go and say, oh yeah, I will do this. So I always say God always bless me. I'm still blessed, and I believe He got something big for me in the future, and He's gonna help. It's not only for me; it's to help the people. You understand?
Well, Hazel, I think that you and I ended up on the same plate. Okay, I know that the Bible might be a good teaching, but religion, man, it's just a place full of people. And sometimes it says on the Bible, well, it says in the Bible, don't judge. And sometimes you go into those rooms, and all they're doing is judging. Look what he's wearing. Look what he's doing. Look what's happening there. And just try to be a good person, live good. But, let's go to your learning, when you were in school, what were you learning? What did you want to be when you grow up? And, where did that path lead you? What were you studying in school?
If I tell you what I want to be when I was little, you're going to start laughing. You're going to start laughing. I'm telling you, when I was in Puerto Rico, I was small. You know how kids want to be. Some of my kids in my town. I live 5 minutes from the beach, and some of the kids in my town, they want to be big actors, boxers. This and that. You know what I wanted to be? Every Tuesday at 3:00, I used to get my glove, start taking the trash. I want to be a trash man.
Okay. All right. That's a place, man. And let me tell you, a sanitation worker, they make some good money. They come home smelling like poo-poo, but they make some good money, man. That's a good job. And I sometimes I drive around and I see the sanitation workers and the guys hanging off the back of the truck, wearing the one glove. And I go, that's pretty fun, man. Just hanging off the back of a truck. That's something that a kid would want to do. Pablo Rodriguez, comedian. He had a joke. It said Michael Jackson, he put on one glove and he became a millionaire, make $1 million. I put on one glove, I look like your garbage man. No, but that's cool, man. I mean, hey, and that's one thing that we need to do is pick up trash, man. If you see the trash on the floor, pick it up. All right. But that's cool. That's a good job, man. That's a really good job. But where did you go from there? Did you become a trash man or what?
Then we moved to United States. I was like, as I was growing up, I was more interested in sport like basketball, baseball.
Where'd you go in the United States?
We moved to United States.
Where?
Philadelphia.
Philly. Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute. That's a boxing town, man.
Oh yeah, Rocky.
Yeah, look at you wearing the Philly hat. I like that. Represent. All right. So, I mean, when you get to Philly, how old were you when you got to Philly?
Well, we was coming and going, but the last time I was 15 years old.
15. So you went to public school?
Yes, I went to public school. I didn't last long because, again, the town that I was, it was really bad. Ooh. Even that I was I always say I was a good kid. It was a really, really, really bad town where they were killing. They had to have the security, not guard, the army, like the army and everything. So my dad decided to move out here.
Out where?
In Philadelphia, to Philadelphia.
Okay, so you went to Philadelphia, not born and raised, but you spent a lot of times, most of your days on the playground. What did you do?
Listen, you know what's funny? A lot of people think because I'm the Latin lover, I'm a party guy. I usually don't come out of my house. You can call me. Listen, you can have my phone. You can call me at 10 o'clock. I'm in bed at 10 o'clock. Everybody thinking the Latin lover is dancing over there with strippers. That's not my character.
Nope.
Of course, they call the Latin lover. The Latinos got the blood in them where we, females that this and that. But the reality is, I've never been a party person. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I never do drugs. Thanks to God. But life brings you different, so you can learn. You understand? So I learned from the hits.
Yeah, well, you party with DJ Kama and MC Savana. I
Yes,
guess you in bed,
exactly.
in bed
The
early,
TV sound.
and a TV sound. Well, all right. Well, let's go. You didn't do so well in school, okay? Book smarts, no. But I mean, what were your favorite subjects? Did you?
Oh no, I did really good. They just gotta get me out because when I came in here, I didn't know no English, right?
Okay.
So I was getting bullied, people like this and that. I was cutting class because I want to play basketball. I didn't want to be in the school because I didn't understand what the heck they were saying. So my mom decided to take me out and put me to take the GED.
Okay. But you got your
One
GED.
try, one try, and I got the GED. I was really smart.
The man is smart. Hazel Roche. He got some knowledge in that head, but now he's getting knocked in the head a little bit sometimes. Man, don't knock that knowledge out of there. No, I mean, but all right. So you didn't become a sanitation worker, a garbage man, but what did you end up doing when you got out of school and got your DED?
I went to college. I went to community college. As I was going to community college, I started with different. I was playing baseball, but this is a long story. I had a scholarship to play triple A, double A, whatever. And as I was 18, 19, I started exploring what was the streets.
Okay.
Hanging with different people that I didn't know because I was always the guy from my house. And guess what? I ended up dealing with bad people. Not that I was doing bad stuff, but I was dealing with bad people. And I caught a case. Which I'm not ashamed to say it. And I want to say it here because I want everybody to know that nothing can stop you when you want. I caught a possession with intent to deliver drugs in Philadelphia. I ended up doing 7 years because I kept my mouth. When they were asking me, I don't know what are you talking about. They couldn't do much, but trying to hurt me because I was a Latino in a Caucasian county where they don't like. Listen, the DA told me, listen, what the heck you doing? But the guy, it was three of us. The two guys that they were looking, and I got possession. We intend to deliver drugs. Meaning they didn't cut the drugs on me, but I was with him. So you're gonna get the same cases unless you snitch on somebody. And my thing was, who are gonna snitch on? I don't know nobody. You understand?
Guilt by association.
Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar gave me the drugs. Pablo Escobar been dead 20 years. Is that what you want me to tell you? so,
Well, I mean, hey, if you watch any of the mobster movies, the gangster movies, they all say just keep your mouth shut, do your time, and get through it. And I'm glad you get through it, man. I mean, shoot, 7 years of your life, your young life.
Years. Yeah.
Did you learn anything in prison? Because I mean, that's other movies. That's another fantasy. Is you go to prison and you learn how to become a lawyer or a doctor. Or you get a skill. I mean, did you learn anything in prison or just how not to die?
Let me tell you something. This is funny. I was 7 years in jail, in prison.
Yeah.
To me, I was what they call. I mean, a lot of people with a lot of brain, and they were saying you're a POW, prisoner of war, POW, P-O-W. I was a prisoner of the war of the street. When you on war, it doesn't matter who it is, you was involved with them. Now, when you get in here, it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah.
You can go and play cards, you can go and play basketball, you can go or you can get the knowledge that you need to. So when you go out there, I was sad, 7 years in jail for something that I believe I didn't do just because guilty by association. I'm not trying, but listen, okay. I know the guy was doing whatever he was doing. I didn't thought they were gonna, because I know whatever. So, I went over there and I studied CAD, computer drafting. I studied psychology 101 to 103. I studied to be trainer. I studied, I was a teacher for pre-GED. So all my 7 years over there, I was being smart. I wasn't gambling. I wasn't doing I wasn't institutionalized. This is like, to me, I went to college for 7 years.
I think so. I think you're right, man. You filled your head with knowledge. Hazel Roche, I'm proud of you, man. And not to be too condescending, but okay. So you get out of there. You're back on the streets.
I came in 2007.
2007, you're out?
Over 20,000, 30,000 people in the different institutions that I was, because, if you get good behavior, see, this is how prison is going to work. They're going to throw you where your family can see you. But if you got good behavior, you keep coming closer and closer and closer. So my last year, my behavior was good. I know what I had to do. Fights always happen because you're in jail. You're not in a in a Catholic school. So, but I was being smart. I wasn't getting in no trouble. I went to for school and I got out a year before for good behavior. So, when I came out, the struggle, of course, the struggle. You
Well,
come out,
you say
I
they
went
moved
to
you.
jail when I was 19.
They say they moved you closer to your family. You mean your mom and dad and your
Yes, yes.
siblings? Okay.
My mom, yeah. So it was like when I got out, I seen, like I said, I met like 20, 30,000 people. All the people that I knew, they all were going back to jail.
Mm.
That was their mentality. Their mentality is like, oh, you do 7 years and then you have seven more. If you messed up, you're gonna go back. My mentality was like, no, I gotta do now that I came. Again, I see this as another opportunity that God gave me. Like He
Okay.
was topping me first jail, and after that, the coronavirus. He's telling me, listen, go and do what you can do best for the people, not for you, because you know what I mean. All you doing is catching up for when you die. Everything you do good is catching up. Don't do your wealth in here, do it over there, because that's eternity life. You understand? And
Got it.
again, when you help somebody that don't have nothing, you see the smile and the happiness.
Yeah.
Like when I walk in Philadelphia, I'm driving or I stop. I seen people asking for money, uh, with the little cardboard, and people be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna give them nothing because they want it for drugs, this and that." And this is my theory about this: when a person asks, is because they need.
Yeah.
When you sit in a restaurant, example, you go on a date with a female that you might not see her again, or that you spend minimum $80 to $100 on a date.
Yeah.
The tip, if you spend $80, it's like $15 tips.
Yeah.
And what you get out of that? An hour of talking and then it's over. So why hurt you giving $1 for this person? Even if it's a drug, it's an addiction. You know what I mean? They need that. You don't hurt you to give $1 when you go to a strip club and spend $300 and you're not getting nothing. You're
Man,
gonna sit over there because I don't go to club, but lately I'll be going because of people that I got to meet buying a bottle for $500. I don't even drink. You
Hazel,
understand?
I think you're turning me around, man. Here in Arkansas, I moved from Miami, the Florida Keys, to Arkansas, and Arkansas they have the panhandling. People can sit on the corners and they can ask for money, and I see the same guys every day on my way to work, on my way around town. Same guy, same corner. Sometimes it feels like that's their full-time job is begging on the street. That's your full-time job. And I look and some of these people are like right in front of the Home Depot, right in front of the Walmart, and there's a sign there that says, "Hey man, you can work here," but then I don't know their deal.
Their
Sometimes
mentality, remember,
sometimes I got to
your
stop.
mentality, you are right. That's why you
Yeah.
got everything.
I
But if
stop
you
and
have their mentality, and this is not only with drugs. I know people that were millionaire and they went to casino and they got that habit in casino and they lose everything. You
everything.
know what? God, and this is the way you got to look at it. Every morning you can wake up and sit in any restaurant you like and eat whatever you want. And most of the time we waste it. We waste it. And these people, it's true. Sometimes you get upset. Oh, look at this bomb. They can work. You don't know what's going to them. You don't know what is to sleep in the street, cold weather, hot weather, air pollution. People discriminated on them. These people don't have love. And the only thing, the strength they have is, let me see if I can get a couple of dollars so I can shoot up drugs, smoke or whatever. And I can forget that people don't like us, that people hate us. They are human beings. They're not animals. They got feelings. Sometimes you see them mad because they get tired. You understand? It's
Yeah.
like if you're working on your show for the longest, and God bless your show because I love your show. And this is my first time, but I love how it goes. But you working on your show, and there comes Chris Rock, and he do the same thing you're doing in the same thing, and out of nowhere because he's Chris Rock, he gonna get $20 million for doing what you're doing. How you gonna feel? Oh my God, I'm doing this for 10 years. I think my show is more interesting. But the society thing, because he's Chris Rock, he deserves more. And there will be a time, okay, we let it go. Chris Rock. Then Chris Rock brother or cousin or nephew comes and do a show. You'll be doing this for 10 years. Oh my God. Look, he got $1 million to do this. You know what I mean? So you're gonna feel like, damn, people really discriminate on people. What is going to go to you, man? There's going to be a time that you're going to be like, oh man, I'm going to give up, because you know what I mean? And this is what God don't want you. God don't want you to give up. When you think of giving $1 to a homeless, to a drug addict, to somebody, and you say, oh no, bad intention come to you, that's the devil telling you, oh, don't do it for them.
Yeah, that's on me.
You
That's on me. That's my problem that I have. And I sometimes I'll stop and I'll talk to them and I'll see what their deal is. And we have places here in Conway, Arkansas, where I'm at right now. The City of Hope Outreach, Coho. And that is run by this person that he just has like arms full of love, man. He came here, and this man doesn't have a lot of money, but he stopped by accident, really, in this neighborhood that was running really poor, and he started this outreach. And once you start to build something, you never know it's gonna roll. And you're talking about Chris Rock starts a podcast. I can't hate on someone for having what they have, because I know Chris Rock had to have his struggles growing up. He worked, to get where he's at. And if you see somebody that's got something that maybe you want, don't hate them, celebrate them, and then say, I wonder how they did that. I want that. What am I doing to get to that place? You have to look inside you. What are you working towards to get to your goals? Now, I mean, hey, I know we talk. The homeless is a tough situation. Let me tell you, that's for sure. And they're talking. Oh my goodness, something that's been on my mind. They're talking about abortion rights. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. Right. Yeah. But on both sides, one side says, "Hey, we love life. Everybody should live. We love life," and a lot of times those are the same guys that are okay with the death penalty. I don't know. That's just
it's a double knife. Yeah,
it's okay. Okay. But then the other side is, hey, look, I'm going to have an unwanted child in the world. Are you going to help me raise it? Are you going to help me raise this child? It's hard. It's hard, man. But I guess
it's hard. How you don't want to want your child?
What's that?
How what I don't understand. How you going to love your child? That came from you.
Yes.
Even if it was a rape, it's your child. At the end of the day, they give you something to live. You understand?
Yeah, I know that.
This is my thing, but a lot of people that are young, they don't see that way, and I respect that. You understand?
No, I worked in a hospital, and there was a child there when I worked in the emergency room. Sometimes I worked in the pediatric ward, and there was a child there named God's Gift. Okay. The full name was God's Gift Saved Gary. Gary was the kid's dad. Dad was on drugs. When that child was born, off the drugs. Done. God's gift saved Gary. Yeah. So
it's true.
I understand a child can save your life, man. But there's some people in situations. I can't speak for everybody. All I can do is take. All right, people say that there's Democrats and Republicans and liberals and conservatives. I think that there's 7 million, or how many billion people on this planet? 7 billion different people with different ideas of how to do things, and it's hard to get together and try to figure things out. And then people, you got to choose a side. You either got to be this side or that side. Well, I don't believe everything that side believes, and I don't believe everything that side believes. I just can try to take care of myself and try to take care of my community, all the people, my family, my community, be the best person that I could be. And that's where you're at, Hazel Roche, taking care of people. Now tell me.
Yeah, thank you. And I always ask God for this, to keep this mentality. Yeah. And if I ever grow big, to keep me the same way.
Well, 2007.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to have a Dodge Demon.
A what?
But a Dodge Demon. You know what's a Dodge Demon?
One of those nice trucks.
Dodge Challenger Demon. But I'm okay with my SXT Sport Plus. It's the same car.
He's bragging. He's bragging. He's got an SST out there.
It's a bigger engine, but I would love to get out in the middle of the street, burning tires. But you know what I mean?
All right, I
So,
did that when I was a little kid. I don't do that anymore, man. I'll get a minivan, I'll get a little Transit, I'll get a little Kia. I don't care. Hey, it's just something to get from here to there. But
Philly's a rough city. Philly's a rough city.
oh,
Trust me.
that's true. Are you still in?
Philly's a rough city.
Well, yeah, you're still in Philadelphia, man.
Yes.
You get judged by what you wear, like that nice hat you're wearing, and what you drive and where you live. People are judging all the time, man. It used to be in the 50s, they called it keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, look what the Joneses got. They got a 30-inch TV. Well, we got to get a 32-inch TV. Now they got to get a 34. Now they got to get it gets bigger, Oh, what kind of car? Now they got a bigger car. So keeping up with the Joneses, man. That's the American way. That's the way of life in a lot of places, man. But 2007, you're back on the streets. I mean, what do you do, man, to make you to live to become the Hazel Roche that you are right now? That's almost 15 more than 15 years.
Yeah, 17.
17 years.
17 and a change. So as anybody who was in jail, discrimination, you can get a job because, he's an inmate. They don't look what kind of, I think just like I say, all sins are the same. But there's punishment, like a drug dealer, an example, or conspiracy. Let's say drug dealers. Let's say that I was a drug dealer. They consider a minor offense because this is my product. Dan, you want to buy weed? Of course. I'm not putting a gun for you to buy it. You understand? You come as you. Now compare that to a child molester, a sex offender, or somebody that kills, or somebody who robbed people. You understand? It's two different kinds. What I was supposedly doing, I'm not gonna come over here and saying, "No, I'm not guilty or nothing," because
allegedly.
Yeah, it was delivering drugs. Yeah. My offense was I was delivering drugs with other people to an undercover, not to a person.
Right.
To an undercover, and that's why it was a low offense. But people still see, you can sell drugs. You sold it to an undercover, but you could sell it to kids and stuff like that. You understand? So people always trying to make you look bad, even that they know you don't have nothing. But that's society. You understand?
Yeah.
Just like we judge a person who's a bum, what we call a bum, what they call in Philly, it's a rough language, but they call a bum because they're not working. Listen, you don't know the strength. You sleep in your bed comfortable. You can go now and buy a $2,000 mattress. If you don't get the money, get them on credit. You're still going to sleep in the comfortable. How to sleep in the street?
Yeah.
With cars running around, oh God, especially in Philly. Like I told you, Philly look like Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah.
So and trying to get up in the morning, trying to get a job or trying to get, it's hard. Because all these people pick drugs because of their mental health. You understand? Well, they don't got the capacity of do what you're doing.
You either get a job or you make your own way. What path did you choose? Did you go and work for somebody else, or did you go, Hazel, I got this skill, let me try this? What did you do?
So I worked. Yeah, I did work. I went to a company. Well, I always got good friends. I went to a company and started cleaning windows. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I was cleaning the highways. But thanks God, because of my knowledge and my mentality, they give me a supervisor job. So I was driving the car, the guys picking up the trash from and then my friend got me, and he got me working on a window company, which it was a high rise. You got to go to the buildings, but the pay was good. That was like $20.
I believe you, man. That's a dangerous job.
But then they got me as a supervisor too.
Oh, that's cool, man. See, and it helped that you filled your head with knowledge. Good.
So this is what I'm saying, that God always blessed me. I could have been working in McDonald's for $7 an hour.
Yeah.
You understand? And God always blessed me. He put me in good job, good situation. And
hey, and nothing bad to say to the people that work at McDonald's for $7 an hour. That's a great job. Congratulations. Keep doing what you do, people at McDonald's, and you serve delicious food. I had a Egg McMuffin on Saturday morning. It was delicious. No, Friday morning, delicious. Okay, continue. Sorry.
No problem. So When I start building myself. I want to be somebody. I started working in movies, doing extras, and it wasn't doing it for me. Yeah, I worked in the Creed 2 movie. I did extra in the Creed 2 movie, 21 Bridges. I did some. I had some roles on some Investigation Discovery channel. Do you know that's the one that they talk about the crime, how they killed the person and they found the body. So I was into episode of The Killer Closet. Then I went on a production with Oxygen Channel with the Kemper on Kemper, the mind of criminals. So I did that, but it wasn't doing it into one day God is destiny. God put me that celebrity boxing thing as a coach, and today I'm the face of celebrity boxing.
Well, which one was when was celebrity boxing, and how did you get involved with that? Were you fighting at all with, or was it this because of celebrity? I don't know if they go for a celebrity because they're a big guy or because they know how to fight, or how did you when and how did you get involved with this?
So a guy that worked in movies and stuff like that, used to work in local movies and everything. So me, listen, they have this event, celebrity boxing. They want me to box. You want to come with me? And I don't have a ride. We can ride over there. I can get you in for free. You be my coach. So I say perfect. So I went to the show, and when I went to the show, I was the coach of that guy. But then it was two more Puerto Rican guys, and they said, "Yo, can you work with us to the be our trainer?" I said, "Yeah." So that night was terrible for me because all the guys lost. They all lost.
What?
So I said, look, this is something I can do. I got knowledge in boxing. I don't box. I don't box. I was more like an outsider. But, I could do. And 2 weeks after, Damon Feldman, the owner of Celebrity Boxing, gave me a call. Hey, are you interested in doing a fight? I said, of course. I see celebrity boxing. I cannot be a professional boxer, but I can do some celebrity boxing. So 2 weeks after he started doing the promo with that celebrity boxing heavyweight champ, the fight, when the guy saw the magnitude, the champ, he didn't want to fight me. So the fight fell off and he got me another person. And that was the best thing he could do. I sold 75 tickets and everybody loved The Punisher. Hazel, The Punisher Roche.
Okay, all right. He changed his name a little bit. The Punisher.
Yeah.
Now,
After the second fight, Damon want me back.
oh, that's great,
Oh,
man.
no, you're not the Punisher. I see you walking out there with 3 females. What the heck you was doing? Hey, the Latin lover. You're a real Latin lover. We're going to do the Latin lover. Well, one of my friends was like, look, why you didn't change the name to the Latin lover? To Latin lover. I say, yeah, but I don't want to be Latin lover. I want to be the Latin lover. And guess what? After that, God worked mysterious way. Everything kept going up into right now. I fought 4 celebrities already. I'm the only undercard guy that got a celebrity status because I'm fighting celebrities. You understand?
Well, okay. Now, the Latin lover, it could mean you either love Latins or you're Latin and you're a lover. That's fine. That's people can think about what the both meanings of that. But what celebrities are you fighting?
My first celebrity. Well, I did a lot of sparring with big celebrities.
Oh,
For my fights, I fought Mr. Tim Witherspoon.
okay.
I don't know if you know who's Tim. He was a 2-time world heavyweight champ.
That's
real
cool.
boxing.
Yeah, that name is very familiar.
Mr. T Witherspoon. He used to spar a lot with Muhammad Ali, but he beat Frank Bruno, knocked him out really bad. So that was my first pay-per-view.
Wow.
And after that, I went to Florida.
Uh-huh.
We fought in it's a big hotel in Miami that they do like events. James Knight Center.
James L. Knight Center. Yeah, the big
I
one.
went over there and fought. I don't know if you're familiar, but his name was the Fighting Rabbi Sam Breckman. He was a commentator for not for ESPN, for Yahoo Sport
Okay.
and all this. He was real famous out there, and he was really bold manager, all this stuff. So I went out there and what I did, I won.
What?
That was my second celebrity. Then I came back to Atlantic City, and I fought the Sandman. You know who's the Sandman?
No, I don't.
The wrestler. He used to be a real famous wrestler. He used to come with the beer and used to hit himself until he bleed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it sounds familiar, man. I watched wrestling when I was a kid. That's great.
Anybody who know about wrestling, you tell them, oh, Hazel fought the Sandman. They're gonna be like, whoa, he fought the Sandman. He's an icon.
That's cool.
So I fought the Sandman. That was my third fight, and then my last fight.
Wait, you won that fight
all
too?
that hard work pays off.
You won that fight too against the Sandman?
Yeah, I knocked the Sandman in the second round.
Wow. Okay.
In the second round, I hurt his rib. I didn't mean to do it.
Okay.
It was a body shot, and he was like, I couldn't stand up.
Oh man, that's a tough thing. Being a warrior is a tough thing. You get hurt. I did it for a little bit, and I didn't like getting hurt. But hey, it was exhilarating. It was exciting. And it was a good way to keep in shape. But tell me about your fourth fight.
So my fourth fight was this past March. That's when I fought the legend. I'll Be Sure. I'm pretty sure you know who I'll Be Sure.
Be sure. He is singing to you night and day. Just singing. Yeah, singing it. Was he singing in your ear while he's hitting you in the face? Bam.
He even singing in Spanish.
Ah!
He was like, my Latino, Hazel, but he was saying, no te puedo decir cómo me siento de noche, something like that. I'm like, okay, I'll get the point. So that was the main event, a sold out event, first celebrity boxing sold out event.
I bet you.
Against I'll Be Sure. It was a beautiful event. That's when I met all these celebrities, Roy Jones Jr., Flavor Flav, Tretch, all these big celebrities, and they loved me to death. We went over there to do something, and it was accomplished. It was entertaining. And that's what I do. I'm an entertainer. I'm more like a lover than a fighter.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do to.
Hey, man, you could be a lover. You could be a lover and a fighter. That's one of the things I miss about being in Miami, and especially being on Miami's radio station. I used to be able to work the red carpet, and when I'd go to concerts and they would go, hey, there's KeysDAN. It was like, it was nice to be recognized and be a little bit of a local celebrity, but in turn meeting people that have done the job and have been to the reach the goals that you want to reach. When you see somebody who's doing that job that you want to do, I still DJ every weekend. I still play in front of 100 or 1,000 people. Sometimes 10 people. In
a concert,
in a club or in a wedding.
No, I'm saying you do that in Arkansas, where you live at, right?
Oh yeah, in Arkansas.
Arkansas. I say Arkansas because I'm Puerto Rican. I got an accent.
Yeah. Tu sabes. Okay, I get it, man.
I got a really good friend out there in Arkansas. She got a podcast too. Her name is JoJo, and she do a podcast every Tuesday, I think it is.
Ooh, I gotta find her. I definitely gotta find her. That's beautiful, man.
The JoJo show. I definitely can link you up. She's really cool.
Oh, that's cool, man. Well, I mean, I still get to do that, and it feels good when people say, "Oh, you did a great job. You did a great job." It's nice to be recognized. It's nice to be a part of your community. That's how you get involved. If you have the skill of boxing and being a celebrity in that respect, and that's how you can help your community, that's what you do. Now, people that are listening to the audio version don't see the video version. You have some stuff on the wall behind you. Is that I see a hat.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but I see like a box with, what is it, records or CDs, or what is that in there?
Where?
To the other side. That side. What is in that?
No, that's a frame
picture?
That's a frame. With my daughter's picture when she was little. This right here.
Yeah. Oh,
look, you see that picture?
Almost. Yeah. That's beautiful. But I mean, that was also in a bigger frame. What's in that frame there? I thought it was CDs at first.
No. This is a frame with a base. It's just a regular frame.
Oh, that's beautiful. Frame. Oh, that's beautiful. All right.
This is my homie, one of my best friends, James Salby.
Oh, that's cool. See, it's good to have friends.
My friend, trainer, and supporter.
That's cool. All right.
That's the Puerto Rican hat. Every Puerto Rican got one of those.
I think I got a box full of those, man. They were made in China.
I'm going to show you something else. Which listen, I'm not the kind of person that likes to show it, but this is the heavyweight belt.
Wow. That is something, man.
I'm the boxing heavyweight champ.
Oh my goodness, that is something. That is a beautiful, big, giant boxing belt. It's got gold, and it's everything you'd see, and it even has your name right on it. Celebrity Boxing, Hazel Roche. Man, yeah. Okay, so now you're training for your 5th fight, and let me tell you.
No, for my 11th fight.
11th fight. Okay, let's skip through all the rest.
Actually, I'm sorry. 9 and 2, so that will be my 12th fight.
All right, let's skip through all these other fights. Look, you're a champ. You've done great things. You've knocked people out, okay? And when we talked a little bit on Thursday, we talked a little bit, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, and I said, hey, I'm going to be talking to your opponent tomorrow, which is, no, I think it was Wednesday when we talked. And on Thursday, I talked to your opponent, Jay Kwan, and you said, tell him I'm going to kick his butt. Well, on Thursday, I talked to Jay Kwan, and I told him, hey, I talked to you for about 3 minutes the day before, and he said he was going to kick your butt. Well, Jay Kwan said, tell him to bring it.
You know what I say?
So
I'm fighting the midget in the bathroom. I don't know how I'm going to hit him. He's going to be like,
well,
I'm going to have to get on my knees so it can be a fair fight.
well, truth be told, when I was on the radio down in Miami, I mean, Jay Kwan became a friend, him and his wife, beautiful people. I love them. You know, they became friends. He's a great singer, a great talent. Jay Kwan, if you look him up, singing.
Big shout out to Jay Kwan.
But he has always been a physical person, very strong, you know, and a dancer, you know, always keeps in shape. How are you keeping in shape? Are you actually training? Are you running? Are you hitting a bag? Are you speed bag, doing all this kind of thing? Or are you keeping it secret?
The Latin lover does it all.
You have a trainer?
Of course, yes, I do have a trainer. I have a whole squad. Again,
Wow.
I have and you know, I quote, Taekwon is a great human. I spoke to him when a friend of mine, the guy that is hiding over there, the ghost, remember, he told me, listen, let's make this fight happen. Let's get Jaquan. And we spoke to Jaquan. He didn't have no doubt in, listen, Hazel, let's do it. This is going to be a showdown of the Latinos. And I was like, look, I saw him, he's physical, but then I'm going to pick on his weakness. So his weakness that he's short.
Yeah.
You know, he's,
okay.
He's, allá trae alguien. He pick up, let's pick up on his weakness was, you know, what, you know, we can make this exciting. You know, and he's a midget in the background, you know, we'll be doing all kinds of stuff. So, you know, but it's all love. You know, Jaquan is a really good, hardworking man.
Well,
and
Hazel, I've seen fights where one opponent has size, has reach, is tall. Like when I saw Lennox Lewis fighting, you know, he had his reach like 8 feet, man. I think you have size and reach on Jaquan. He might have maybe speed, you know, but it's going to be a tough fight. Looks like your house is starting.
I agree with you. Never underestimate it. You see what happened yesterday to Canelo?
I didn't.
Canelo got beat up by somebody that hardly nobody knows.
Wow.
Before,
well,
you know, like a guy that haven't fought no good competition, and he went and put a whip in Canelo.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me. I definitely want to give you back your Sunday. Usually I don't do these things on Sundays because, you know, it's family time. And I see that your house is starting to fill up with people. But I do want you to promote that fight when, where, and there's a weigh-in that people can go to as well. You know, tell me about that.
First of all, I want to say thank you. And I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers. Because today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to every single mom that is around the world because they deserve everything. Also, next week, I'm going to be traveling to Miami to see the little midget named Jaquan. So it's the first time we're going to do a face-off, face-to-face. And I want to thank Vela Levy Foundation for having us in here. We follow her. She do a lot of charity for human trafficking, and I feel like I have to say this. I want to thank Cara Tabani and my team that is working behind the scenes, the goals. You know, it's a lot of people working behind Hazel Roche that have the same mentality. You understand? They understand what's my vision. So May 14th, we're gonna be at the Booby Trap in Miami.
And for the people that don't know,
place for the Latin lover to be there.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. The Booby Trap. It's exactly what you think it is. Whatever you can imagine, yeah, that's what the booby trap is. So that's a good place for a first look.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be meeting with Khalila Ali. I don't know if you know Khalila Ali, Muhammad Ali's ex-wife. She got some good projects with me. She loved me to death. She's like, hey, so we got to do something more because people need to know what are you about. And I'm not talking this from the mouth down. You know, actions speak louder than words. So, again, I had a good team. I'm going to be May 14, and June 11 is the showdown where it's going to be the two Boricuas getting in the ring and give people what they want. You understand?
And June 11th is where and where can they get tickets? Do you know?
Tickets on Ticketmaster, and it's going to be at the Charles J Center or something like that.
Shaw's. Maybe I don't recognize that, but I'm going to look it up and I'll make sure that I let people know.
Something Shaw's. So where the main event is going to be Black China.
Okay.
Black China, Benzino's going to be there. So many celebrities going to be out there. Of course, the Latin lover that we're going to steal the show because, you know, Miami is all about the Latinos. So the Latinos going to go over there just to see the Latin lover. If they want Jaquan to punch me in the face or somebody want me to punch Jaquan in the face.
Yeah. Well, I saw that one of the, what is it, the Apprentice lady, she's on there, Monterosa. What was her name?
Omarosa is going to be there. It's going to be
and Flavor Flav.
Yeah, Flavor, that's my man. Flavor Flav love me. If you see the event, Flavor Flav came like 10 times and hugged me and said, look how much he loved me, how much he loved what I did with I'll Be Sure, Virgin Jr., all these people. So, you know.
And I think I went over one of the names you just said. Was it Johnson?
Rashad Johnson. Rashad Johnson, yeah. He used to be a MMA UFC fighter.
Excellent, man. Excellent. I want to make sure that credit is given where credit is due. You're giving shout outs to people that are going to be on this card, and it's going to be a good show, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you can't make it out to the Charles Center, I'll find out what the name of that is. If you can't make it there.
Center? What is called? You don't know the Charles Center? No.
And if you can't make it, you know, at least watch it on pay-per-view, you know, get some good money. I'm sure some of that money is going to a good cause, you know, and you already mentioned Bella Levy. I love that lady so much. She's definitely, you know, as soon as she came into my heart, into my world, she definitely shows that she not just talks the talk, but walks the walk. And I'm glad that she put us together.
I'm going to start working with community center. I forgot, with Caratamani, where it's going to be more to help the community and people that need it. And that's our next thing, you know, charity, because all about me is about charity. Again, I could be just the same low as I was 10 years ago, and God gave me the opportunity to be over there. So let's use this to try to get more people. My thing is change the thinking of other people that you don't need to go and spend $100 on a meal and then don't give $3 to the needy, $5 to the needy. You understand?
Well, that's the same thing. You're just bringing it back to the beginning. You know, wherever your church is, if your church is your whole community, then I guess in the Bible it says you give 10%. So if you're able, hey, give 10% back to your community. You know, you don't need all that 100%. Keep that 90 for you. And if you give 10, and if you still got more, hey, give 20, whatever.
You know, for experience, you know, sometimes I give money to a person needed, and God give it to me like 3 or 4 times without me expecting it. Oh my God, I'm getting. How are you getting this unexpected? You understand?
Be nice to people. You never know, you know, where those people are going, and hey, you might need their help in the future. That's not the only reason to be nice to somebody, is because you think you're going to get something in return. Don't be nice to people just because you think, oh, I'm going to get something back. Hey, maybe you will, maybe you won't.
But it's good to let people know. Listen, when you give, you receive back.
Well, it seems
even if it's on a blessing, it don't have to be in money. On a blessing, you understand? On a blessing of somebody you love. You know, I mean, they get blessings. So.
Well, it seems like your house is starting to fill up with some people. Looks like you've got a nice Sunday afternoon going on. Where can people find you online, or how do you want them to contact you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Hazel Roche. It's simple. On Instagram, Hazel Roche 1. On YouTube, Hazel Roche. I try to make it as simple. And Google me, Hazel Roche Boxing, and you're going to see all the pictures with all the celebrities. You're going to see me smiling because I'm always smiling because, you know, a bad day don't change your life. You understand? I'm glad I'm traveling the world. I was in California. I'm hoping to go everywhere and people to know me and know What, know that this one person, I cannot change the world, but if this one person that people is looking out start thinking like me, it will be a different. It doesn't matter if it's 10 people that have changed their mind. 10 people is 10 people that can influence 10 more, that can influence 10 more, that can influence 10 more. And you know what? And at the end of the day, you feel good of what you did.
That's
I
beautiful.
don't feel good about uh I don't feel good about showing that oh yeah, you can go and eat this place, you can have this car. I feel good when people feel good about it.
That's beautiful, man. Well, I usually finish these things off with words for the people. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As time progresses, if
Thank
you got
you.
something else to promote, hey, come on back. But last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, maybe something you wake up with every morning, a mantra. You wake up, I'm going to be a great person, or whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Hazel Roche, give the last words for the people.
Okay, my last word is what I've been saying through all the show, and is think what you're doing when you're trying to hurt somebody, and think if that would be you. Would you like somebody to hurt you? Would you like to be the person with all the money, or would you like to be the person with no money trying to get a dollar out of somebody? Because the coin can flip one day to another. Today I can be the millionaire. Tomorrow I can be the bum in the street. I don't like to use the bum, but the homeless. So remember, what you do today is what you're gonna get tomorrow. You build in what you. If you build anger, if you build issues, that's what you're gonna get. So show love to everybody. Make sure everybody knows that every day, even if you wake up good, you wake up good and help the person who needs the help. You understand? Uh, um, uh, Ghost, you want to show that over here? Come here before I go. Come here, Ghost. Look, Ghost. He was telling me something to say. Look, look, show. That's the Ghost. He's really good friend of Jaquan. Show it,
Very good.
show him what you showed me. Look what he showed. When you asked him about his pages, I said, no, get it close, get it close. Oh, it turned off. Hold on.
Tell them about your OnlyFans. Hey, wait a minute. I thought Jaquan was. Wait, I thought Jaquan was the stripper. Hold on a second.
He said he's the real Latin lover.
He did, man. So I think this celebrity boxing fight, is the battle to see who gets to be called the Latin lover.
The real Latin lover. But,
All
shout
right,
out
man.
to Jaquan. I love Jaquan already like a brother. Just like everybody who can step in the ring to do a show to, make everybody happy again. Today it could be you. Tomorrow it could be me. You understand?
I will
And you
cut it.
always gotta be happy of the people that you got around. And there's always gonna be misunderstanding. People don't understand. Your vision is not my vision. You understand? But you're doing something right, and that's why you are where you at. You understand? So always, again, if you got a dollar to give to somebody needed, a dollar is not gonna hurt nobody. Back in the day, a dollar was a lot. Now you can't even buy ice cream with a dollar. Ice cream is like 2.50. A soda in Philadelphia is 2.25. So why are you fighting to give a dollar to somebody that you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if they're gonna do drugs. They need drugs just like we need food. But take your time, take your time. And this is my last thought. If you think that person is doing drugs, why you don't take your time to help him to get rehabilitation? Some of us don't got the heart, just like when we're in a relationship after we broke, to go back and say, look, I'm guilty of being a drug addict. They're ashamed because most of these people, let me tell you, most of these people that are doing drugs, that are homeless, at one time, they were on top. And the problem was what killed them. And that's what people don't understand. So, I always say, do good, listen to me, do good, and don't look bad. And whatever you do for a person, do it from the heart, and your blessing is going to come triple.
Oh, well, there you have it, party people. Hazel Roche, heavyweight boxing celebrity champ, celebrity boxing champ. Amazing. Amazing. Not, look, boxing doesn't define him. He is so much more. What a nice man, and a man that's helping the community with what he has, man. And from what he was saying, he doesn't have everything. He doesn't have all the resources available to him. He's done okay with his life, but whatever he's got, if he's got a little bit extra, he's going to give it to the community. He's going to give it to somebody that needs it. And I believe that to be true, because I'm looking into this man's face, and yeah, I think he likes his community. I think he likes people around him. I think he likes the fact that he can help someone that needs help. And that's a good lesson to be learned from this podcast for sure, is to be like Hazel Roche. If you see somebody on the side of the road, with a hat out, with a can, or can't even afford the can, just a hand out. All they got's the hand. Oh, maybe they don't have the hand because they lost it back in the war or lost it sometime in the past on whatever job they were on. So it's hard for them to get work. And you never know. They might be fighting some mental demons and some battles that we just don't see. Yeah, I look at them sometimes. I look and I say, man, you could be working at that Home Depot that's sitting right there behind you. There's a Walmart right there. There's a Burger King. There's a McDonald's. There's some places that you could be working, but I don't know their mental status until you step off and talk to them for a little bit and see what's wrong, or maybe just give them that dollar and go. Because what's that dollar to you? Most of the time. I mean, some people need every dollar they got. Some people do. And some people don't have that dollar, and they still need more dollars, for sure. So, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it's still needed. It still makes the world go round, that kind of thing. Money you need to survive. We're not on the barter system. What if you had nothing to barter? Oh, my goodness. Hazel Roche, you made me think things. You made me feel things, and I liked it. Thank you, Hazel Roche. And, hey, looking forward to that fight, man. Oh, my goodness. June 11th. May 14th, they're going to be at the James L. Knight Center, I guess. They're going to be doing – no, that's not what it was. They're going to be at the Booby Trap on the 14th for first looks. So maybe you can meet up with them there at the Booby Trap in Miami, Florida. And then the main event on June 11th in Miami, Florida as well, celebrity boxing. I didn't quite figure out what the name of the place was, but I'm sure if you look up celebrity boxing June 11th, you'll find it. Easy peasy. And thank you so much for listening to this edition of What Makes You Famous. Thank you, Hazel Roche, for being on this edition of What Makes You Famous. I look forward to hearing more and talking to you more in the future. That's it for this edition. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, radiowhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.